Your attention span may not be broken. It may simply be getting trained every day to expect something new before you even have time to get bored. Think about what happens when you open your phone. You check one message, then a short video, then another. You leave the app, open something else, come back, check a notification, read 2 comments, and suddenly 20 minutes are gone. But here's the strange part. When you finally sit down to study, read, work, or watch something longer, your brain suddenly feels uncomfortable. You check the time, you feel restless, you want to switch, and you may start thinking, why can't I focus anymore? The answer is more interesting than phones are bad. Your brain learns from what you repeatedly reward. And every time you escape the moment, something becomes slightly boring, difficult, or uncertain, you are teaching your brain one tiny lesson. Discomfort means switch. That lesson can become automatic. And this is where fixing your attention span really begins. Not by forcing yourself to concentrate for 3 hours, but by changing what your brain learns to do when concentration becomes uncomfortable. Because there is something most people misunderstand about attention. Attention is not just the ability to stay focused. It is also the ability to resist leaving. Imagine you are reading a page. You understand the first few lines. Then you reach a difficult sentence. Your brain feels a tiny bit of friction. You don't notice it consciously, but suddenly your hand reaches for your phone. That moment matters, because the real battle was not between you and your phone, it was between you and a tiny feeling of discomfort. Research on attention and reward suggests that our behavior is strongly shaped by what happens immediately after an action. If switching tasks gives you something interesting, your brain learns that switching works. So the first change is surprisingly simple. Stop treating every uncomfortable moment as a signal to escape. The next time something feels boring, don't immediately fix the feeling. Stay there for another 30 seconds. That's it. You are not trying to become a productivity machine. You are giving your brain a new experience. I can feel bored and still continue. And that skill is much more powerful than it sounds. But there is another problem. Many people don't actually have one attention problem. They have an attention switching problem. You might think you are studying for an hour, but during that hour, you answer a message, search one unrelated question, check a notification, change the song, look at the clock, and open another tab. Your brain has to keep changing what it is processing. And even when you return to the original task, part of your attention may still be stuck on the thing you just left. So instead of asking yourself, how long can I focus? Try asking, how many times did I make myself switch? That changes the game. For your next focused session, choose one task, not 5. 1. Keep everything else outside your immediate reach. And when another thought appears, don't follow it immediately. Write it down. If you suddenly remember that you need to reply to someone, write reply later. If you remember something you need to search, write it down. Your brain doesn't need to solve every thought the moment it appears. It needs to trust that the thought won't disappear. And this leads to a strange trick. Make distractions visible, but make them boring. Keep a small piece of paper beside you. Every time you want to switch, make one tiny mark. Don't punish yourself. Don't feel guilty. Just mark it. After 20 minutes, look at the page. You may discover something important. The problem was never that you can't focus. You were simply switching much more often than you realized. And awareness gives you something powerful. A choice. Now let's talk about something nobody likes to hear. You cannot rebuild attention while constantly filling every empty second. Waiting for a bus, standing in a queue, eating alone, walking somewhere. The moment there is silence, many of us reach for a screen. But those empty moments give your mind a chance to exist without constant input. You don't need to sit in a forest and meditate for an hour. Try something much smaller. Once today, leave your phone alone for 5 minutes while doing absolutely nothing. Look outside. Notice people around you. Let your mind wander. At first, it may feel strangely uncomfortable. That is not failure. That is the exercise. You are practicing being somewhere without demanding stimulation every few seconds. And there is one more thing that can quietly destroy your attention. Starting with something too difficult. If you sit down after a long day and tell yourself, "I'll focus for 2 hours," your brain may already feel defeated. Instead, make the starting point almost embarrassingly small. Read 1 page, write 1 paragraph, solve 1 question. Work for 10 minutes. Why? Because starting creates evidence. Your brain sees, "I can do this." And once you are moving, continuing becomes easier than starting from zero. This is also why your environment matters more than motivation. If the distracting thing is 1 second away and the useful thing requires 10 steps, your willpower has to fight that difference every time. So change the distance. Put the phone across the room. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Close extra tabs. Keep the book open to the exact page. Prepare the thing you want to work on before you need it. You are not making yourself stronger by creating unnecessary battles. You are making the right action easier. And now comes the part that may change how you think about attention completely. You do not need to eliminate distraction. You need to get better at returning. Because even people with excellent concentration get distracted. A thought appears, a sound happens, someone walks past. Your mind wanders. The difference is what happens next. Do you spend 10 minutes following the distraction, or do you notice it and return? That return is the repetition that builds attention. So during your next focused session, expect your mind to wander. Don't be surprised by it. Don't say, "I'm terrible at focusing." Simply notice, "I left." Then come back. Again, and again, and again. That tiny return may look insignificant, but repeated hundreds of times, it becomes a skill. And remember, you are not competing against someone else's attention span. Maybe you have classes, work, family responsibilities, stress, noise, or very little control over your environment. So don't turn this into another reason to judge yourself. Start with the part you can control. For the next 24 hours, try 3 things. When you feel bored, wait 30 seconds before switching. When another thought interrupts your work, write it down instead of following it. And once today, spend 5 quiet minutes without reaching for your phone. Don't expect a completely different brain tomorrow morning. Attention is not rebuilt through one perfect day. It changes through repeated experiences. Every time you stay with something difficult for a little longer, you teach your brain something new. Every time you return after getting distracted, you strengthen that return. And every time you allow a quiet moment to exist without immediately filling it, you remind yourself that you don't need constant stimulation to feel okay. Your attention is not a personality trait you either have or don't have. It is a skill shaped by what you practice. So don't ask, "Why can't I focus like I used to?" Ask a better question. What am I practicing every day? Because your attention follows practice. And if you slowly change what you practice, you can slowly change where your mind goes. Take one small step today. Your future isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the quiet choices you make every day. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and always shine more.